Whitney is already in here fussing about people. I'm excited. Would you like to tell the people about Santa Blair in the state of
Absolutely,
Kentucky?
I would. First of all, salutations. Welcome back to the Problematic Podcast. I am your friendly neighborhood co-host, Whitney, with my friendly neighborhood hilarious ass co-host, Rita.
Hey,
Rita,
y'all.
how you doing first?
I'm fantastic. I am having a good day. It's Christmas time, so I'm here for the jingle bells and all of the happy people. And yeah, how are you, Fred?
Good. I'm good. Personally, we're really good. We have Christmas our house, and we had these. We went to the Kimmel Center to see what is a very Philly Christmas.
Oh, how was it?
It was surprisingly good. Like I knew it was gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know something was gonna be good, but you don't know how.
You don't know what's coming. You don't know what to expect, but you expect good things.
I don't even want to give it away, but it was like it's all the Christmas favorites. But then one of the songs they sang was "O Come Emmanuel," and that's my favorite Christmas song. It's actually based on a Jewish hymn. Ooh. And it's actually it's been one of my favorite Christmas songs forever. My mom was like, "Why do you like these melancholy Christmas songs?" But I'm the same person who loves. Wait, what's the song Donny Hathaway sings?
This
you know that one? Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's it.
That's also one of my favorite songs. I'm like, Mom, it's not all melancholy. It's just that one.
It's just that one. Like, come on.
And it brings your focus back to the point of the season.
Yes.
But yeah, child, it was so good. It was so good. So we are.
Okay.
Oh, I say all that to say they gave out these window stickers.
Okay.
At the event, which are little just window clings. They're not actual stickers. My child has placed them on almost every windows except for my bedroom. And it was my fault. I was just watching her and handing them to her. I was like, "How many of these are you going to get up here?"
All of them.
Like, we got to get the high ones. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
And
we get the step stool.
And you do, and that's required.
I work for her.
You do. That is the house manager. I've met her. That she keeps the house in order.
Literally keeps our house in order. Side note, I wanted you to see my mug. I got a new mug.
Oh, I'm not living right.
Stop it.
I need a wicked mug.
First of all, it's massive. Look at how big.
It is massive.
And it's like an oval shape. I don't want to show you because I want to pour coffee on my laptop.
Please
but
don't.
It's an oval shape, so it's easier to hold.
Oh, it's beautiful. Whitney knows the way to my heart. I love musicals.
You do.
But before we get into our music segment, I have to say I looked at my Wrapped list, Apple's Wrapped list for 2023, and I was ashamed to post it because, like, my 1 and 2 artists, Luther Vandross was number 1. Shout out to Luther Vandross, but of course, Audra McDonald was like my number 2 most listened to artist. And my number 1 listened to song for 2023 is a song from Ragtime by Audra McDonald called Sarah Brown Eyes. I was like, this is embarrassing. All I listen to is
Why is it embarrassing?
Because all I listen to is show tunes and Afro beats.
That's what you enjoy.
And soulful R&B.
But that's what you like.
It is what I like. It is, but I didn't feel like arguing with people about Ragtime being a fantastic show, which is playing, I think, in DC. So I got to get my ass down there. Yeah.
Why won't they come to Philly?
I don't know.
We're right here.
But that's fine because I'll travel. It don't make a big. I'll get in my car and I'll be right down 95. It's not a problem.
With no problem. But back to Santa Blair.
Yes, Santa Blair.
Santa Blair is the most fabulous Santa you will ever see. He has a coat for every occasion. And I'm talking luxurious. Like, you want to just touch it. Like, you see it on the screen. And you shouldn't be touching strangers. So don't do that shit.
Don't do that.
But when you see it on the screen, you're just like, oh, that looks luxurious. I want to touch it. I want to put it on. So I love Santa Blair. He's black. He's got this big smile. He's got a perfectly coiffed Santa beard. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's very much of the culture. You know how we like our beards in this culture. So not me personally. I don't have very much experience with beards, but I like them
Okay.
as an observer of beards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyway, point is, Sandra Blair has a great beard. But yeah, there was someone state representative. It wasn't Kentucky. I said earlier it was Kentucky. It was actually Oklahoma, because I remember I think it's the same guy who was saying that we don't need to teach about the Tulsa Race Massacre because it wasn't about race.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, he went on a rant in his car, and he kept talking about. I think it was. I really do. I got to get the story. If I don't have it this week, I'll have it for you next week. About woke Santa, but the only thing woke about Santa was that he was a black Santa.
That's not woke. Just say the quiet part out loud. You don't like black people. Just say that.
Just say
and
you
then
don't want
cut
no
your
black ass
camera
Santa.
off and then go play in traffic.
You and Bubba, and poor Bubba's just sitting up there like, how I get in it? You and the rest of the folks who have very crimson colored necks, all y'all.
Oh God. That might be a episode title.
No.
It's either that or I want to touch it. That's the other option.
That might get attention for different reasons.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Wait, am I lusting after Santa Blair?
It's just a little bit. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but it's given. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. That's what it's giving. I just want you to
be
know.
fair, when you see him, he looks like a younger version of the person I married. I mean, an older version of the person I married. So
okay, so boom, there you go.
It tracks.
I saw Whitney kissing Santa Claus. Also, another potential episode title.
Please don't do that either. There'll be so many. I can see people.
Child, I can see the
right
emails
now, like,
and the text messages now. She did what?
It's happening. Is she okay?
I don't know. Child, when we're not focusing on the racist, because we've got so much to get into. We're going to try and keep this episode as light as possible because people are outside doing weird things in December. Like, y'all don't remember last year I complained about, or was that this year, how y'all tried to ruin my Black History Month?
They did.
They really every year y'all try and ruin my Black History Month. I'm not gonna let y'all ruin my Christmas, but we are going to get into music and maybe some books. Whitney,
yes,
what you been listening to and or reading?
So Donny Hathaway this Christmas.
Okay, I should have seen that coming.
Donny Hathaway this Christmas. I actually just made us a Robert's Christmas playlist. I know. It's got Nat King Cole on there. It's got I need more Mariah. I realize I don't like her main Christmas song, but I feel like she has other Christmas songs that I like.
I'm sure she does.
It's only because every time I turn on the radio, there she is, and I'm like, I like you. I don't just that particular song.
Yes, I walked into Rite Aid the other day, and they were playing Mariah Carey, and then I walked outside, and I don't know if it was on the radio or what, but a car drove by. I'm like, it's that song. It's that song again.
It's just that song.
Oh. Yeah,
but there's a whole lot of Stevie Wonder on here. Another slow song I love is Ave Maria by Stevie Wonder.
I love Celine Dion's version, but that's a whole different thing.
I have to listen to it. I'll listen to it.
It's so good.
The Jacksons, of course.
That whole Christmas album is so good.
So good, right?
So good.
There's a tiny person running around here singing half the song. Up on the house, I fix it. Oh, yeah, girl. Get it. So our house is all Christmas. I actually have taken a bit of a break from the books in light of all the news that I've been trying to catch up on and share. But there was an amazing book out by Tina Strawn. Strawn spelled like straw with an N at the end.
Okay.
Tina spelled normally. Called Are We Free Yet? And it's about Black liberation. It's about queer liberation. It's about healing. It's about justice. It's about community care. It is so good.
It sounds good.
It is so good. And it's written in a form. I don't know if she intended for this, but this is the way I use it. I kind of use it as like a little journal unto itself.
Okay.
Because it's a wider book and it gives you the feeling of a workbook.
Okay.
And there's like, I don't know if she intended for this, and I didn't see this in the opening, so maybe I missed it. I'm sorry, Miss Tina. Shout out to Row House Books, another great Row House title. But like, yeah, like there's this big parts where you can like take notes and stuff like that. So that's what I read before taking a break. But yeah, there's also this great book out. It's called Breaking Bread on a Budget.
Let me write that down.
That's by Lexi Rogers. She was on MasterChef.
Budget.
She gives you like,
give me that name one more time.
Lexi Rogers. You are doing the auntie face.
Don't do
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I gotta make sure I take good show notes.
That was really cute. Like, look at the pre-auntie face.
I'm trying. Girl,
You're
I'm
doing
trying.
so good. You're out here. That's all that matters. But so there's that. She gives you like not just recipes, but it's like fast recipes.
Mm-hmm.
There was like recipes for like dope ass steaks and perfect fish, and then there's like a lot of like desserts because she's making them for kids. So it's like, you know, some stuff is for adults, but obviously there's some stuff for her children.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is focused on budget. So I loved it
for it because with the price of groceries,
girl,
being a pound of flesh,
girl,
you need to do it on a budget. I don't even want to talk about how expensive it is outside. At least the price of the gas is coming down a little bit, just a little bit.
What in the world? I'm trying to stay positive here.
They're not making it easy, baby.
For our lives here.
Okay. I said to my friends the other day, and I don't want anyone yelling at me for this. I do not condone the sale of illegal narcotics at all. I do not.
I love.
And I gotta preface, because I can't have y'all being like, she's pro selling drugs. That's not the case. But I said to my friend the other day, this is the economy today, right now. It's awful. If somebody walked up and gave you the opportunity to make an extra $5,000 to $9,000 a week selling drugs, I would understand why you might be inclined to take that opportunity. I'm not saying I should do it. I'm not saying you should do it. But I'm just saying I see why people may sell drugs when, you know, milk and cereal is $9 a box.
My daughter's milk, the specialized milk that her bougie dad has us buying, is like $9 to $10. And I'm like, for a carton, not even for like a gallon, for a carton of it.
See? No, it's becoming unsustainable. But yeah, not pro drugs, just saying I just
understand.
I just understand. There you go. I understand. Mm-hmm. I've got a really special song. Well, I call it special because I guess it's been out for a while and I didn't know about it, but it's a really lovely song. Whitney, I promise you, this is a hip hop song that you will like. I want you to give it a listen.
My hands just got sweaty.
It's a very nice song. It has a classic hip hop feel to it, but the song is by J Dilla, the producer.
I do love J Dilla.
But the featured artists on the song are D'Angelo and Common. And the song is called
Close the Laptop.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Close the laptop. I'm turning it on.
J Dilla's So Far to Go featuring D'Angelo and Common. I feel like the song has been out for a while, but it just came across. I was shopping for a playlist in Apple the other day, and this was like one of the first songs that came up. And as soon as I hit play, just the sample loop that came on, I was like, oh, this is good. This is good music. And it fits well into my Christmassy Christmas. It's a Christmas playlist, but it's not all Christmas. I can't explain it. But
like vibes, like end of your vibes.
It's a vibe. There you, Whitney. You say all the right things.
No, I don't. No, I don't. God.
You really do. For those who have not heard this J Dilla song, it's called So Far to Go, featuring D'Angelo, who makes every song. Oh, D'Angelo is like garlic and onion powder.
Okay.
African American food.
Every Black person has both, and it makes the food so much better.
You just sprinkle a little bit of him on there, and it makes everything better. It makes the boring
Why did my mouth
better.
Start watering?
Oh.
The nigger came out. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I just love D'Angelo's voice. I love what he's doing with his Vanguard band, but him and I'm not a super huge fan of Common, but this song is really good. So if you guys have an opportunity, please make sure you check it out. I think you'll like it.
Please. And I am. Can I shout out a Black business?
You absolutely can.
Since we were talking about spices and my mouth started to water, there's this beautiful spice brand. It doesn't cost more than your normal spices, so okay. I don't need nobody writing me angry letters.
Right.
How dare you say this is expensive? I'm sorry, y'all. I just it's called Adun. I hope I pronounce it right. It's Adun Spice Co. So I think it's Adun.
Mm-hmm.
And we got, so one of my friends, shout out to Mary. Hey Mary.
She
sent me a gift card to go shopping at Adun. And when I tell you, it blessed my whole house last year, and now every year it's becoming, it must be a thing like in our household, because like the first thing I thought of when December hit was I gotta go to Adun. And I waited till after all the sales were over and stuff like that, because I'm like, here, take all of my take the full coins, because your spice blends, all those things like that, you deserve. We got a citrus garlic one.
Oh, baby. That on some salmon sounds delicious.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Girl, I got there was a hickory salt. So it's like your normal like seasoning salt that you would use, but it's got like, it's been barbecued. I can't, just the idea of it, I want to put it on everything. It's just so good. I put it in a chicken noodle soup that I was making, because we got a touch of something, because winter. Yeah, and children, and she's not even in school yet. I'm like, germs.
Just be prepared. When pre-K starts, baby, the germs are coming in like Navy SEALs.
I'm gonna sound like who am I gonna sound like? I'm gonna sound like J. Searle Jones in here.
Yes.
Welcome to the problem.
As long as you know.
Just so much bass in her voice. Like, Whitney, are you okay?
My friend said her daughter has been sniffling and coughing for 2 consecutive years since she started school.
Nuts!
2
years.
2 consecutive
Emmy don't stand a chance.
rounds around the sun. She's like,
Emmy don't stand a chance.
School. Yeah.
My poor baby. But yes, back to the
we are just all over the place today.
All over the place. There was a maple Cajun that we got. There was a Creole blend we got. Basically, I went and I had a good time.
Is this a brick and mortar spot?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta find
it. It is, but it's not here.
Okay,
I think it's in Chicago.
But I can order online.
Yes, you
can.
know,
I'm always in Chicago.
I know, because your people are there.
Yeah, my people are there.
Your people are there.
I could just have my dad and my stepmom just
send me
a box.
They have more stuff there, like at the actual brick and mortar, than they do online.
Okay.
Which, please put more stuff on, because I was like looking at some of the photos. I'm like, girl, I don't know if it's a lady who runs this. All I know is the spices are delicious. Buy them.
Buy them. Go do that.
Yes.
I don't even. I'm good. I'm glad that you shared that with me. I feel like I get to be one of those fancy blacks now. Like, oh yes, I've ordered my maple hickory salt citrus.
Can you imagine when you invite everybody over and like you put out the plates, and this is a hickory salted such and such with a such and such glaze, and wait. I
am leaning into my fancy black lifestyle. It's so fantastic. I am embracing fancy black auntie-isms.
Not to sigh. I
have to sigh, because Whitney, why the hell is Russell Simmons doing interviews?
Throw the whole man away.
Throw the whole man away. Fold his ass in half and put him in the trash can.
Sir, your own children. Your own daughters.
Babies.
Your own daughters. For those who are unfamiliar with what's going on, apparently Russell Simmons is out here trying to clear his name, talking about all the lie detector tests that he's taken. Now, mind you, he's saying this from Bali, because if he sets foot on U.S. soil,
his ass is going to jail. They're going to be waiting for him at the tarmac. Turn around, put your hands behind your back, Mr. Simmons.
Sir.
You know why the fuck we're here.
You know why we're here. The men with the glasses are just waiting for him.
Yeah, so I've been seeing that Russell Simmons is trending, and I'm like, if he's not going to jail or at least facing these accusations, because like Whitney said, as soon as the first accusation dropped, he got on a plane, went to Bali where there's no extradition, and said he's going to wait it out until the statute of limitations has expired. But Russell Simmons has been accused by multiple women of sexual inappropriateness, from groping to just downright rape. So to see him to see him doing interviews was very, very strange. But to see his half-ass approach to addressing how these allegations by saying, speaking out of both sides of his mouth, saying on one hand, we believe women, we should believe women. They may have interpreted things differently, but also the times were different. It's easy for my actions to be misconstrued because it was a different time and I slept with a lot of women. So if I slept with 1,000 women and 15 of them were upset, you really got to take that into consideration.
No, we don't.
I am gonna have to disagree. I'm sorry. Strongly. It's I say it all the time.
Say it.
It's the audacity of this man to get on any platform and say that he didn't do something while also ducking the allegations by not. If you took these lie detector tests, if you're innocent, come face these people who have accused you of this. Go through the process like everybody else has.
Everybody else.
Don't
clear your name.
Oh, believe women. I forgive these women. I think we just see things differently. Well, come and explain that in front of a judge and a jury, or at least a grand jury, instead of running to Bali. And then
say it.
He accuses his wife
of
$800 million. And I'm gonna say this, and this is why
$800 million.
$800 million, because she took stocks. I guess at the time it was about $4 million in stocks, but the stock has grown exponentially. That's neither here nor there. He said that he's accused her of stealing $800 million in money. Russell Simmons, you started dating this woman when she was a literal child.
Teenager.
If she took $800 million from you, I feel like you still owe her another $200 million. You cannot. We knew who Kimora Simmons was. You cannot sit here and deny that. You can deny all these other accusations, but you can't look us in the face and tell us that you weren't dating a teenager.
You cannot.
That's nasty. When you do nasty things, sometimes you lose $800 million fucking dollars. And I pray that woman gets another $9 billion out of you. I don't even know why you still have money. I feel like the bad guys are up.
I feel like they're down.
30. Do you?
I'm looking at Love, who suddenly became Sean Combs again.
Babe, listen. I was scrolling through Twitter, and yet another allegation has come out from a young man who he went to Howard with. I said, this is a nasty ass man. Whitney.
There's more. I believe it. I firmly believe it. And everything that he's done to all these people, he probably did to Kim.
I'm certain of it.
That breaks my heart every single time I think about it. And it breaks my heart that her children are sitting in his care right now.
50 Cent, who trolls.
I hate him.
I know you do. But I'm starting to gain a profound appreciation for how he's trolling Diddy. He drove me
crazy for everything else.
This
one, and I'm
but it's good to see it being done for good. When he drops his Surviving Diddy his God. Diddy Do It documentary.
Do it.
That's what he said. Diddy Do It. DIDDY do it.
Episode title. That needs to be the episode title. I'm screaming. Do you hear me? Did he do it?
Oh, baby.
Throw me in the trash. I'm done. Throw me in the trash.
And y'all know 50 Cent can get a film crew together real fast. We've seen him do it for like 19 shows now. I think the documentaries are just going to really take off, but I have been enjoying.
Wowzers.
I've always been the person that says 50 Cent is rich, 50 Cent is successful. He's lost it all, got it all back.
Mm-hmm.
He has been shot 9 times. The man is almost indestructible.
Almost.
If I were him, I would stay off the internet. But he is committed to his brand of pettiness, and I don't understand it. But when it comes to did he do it, I
Did he
support
do
you,
it?
Mr. Jackson. Please keep going. We
We're
love
so
you.
unserious.
We are so unserious. Did he do it? Did he do it? I saw that and I threw my phone across the bed. I said, "This guy,
throw the whole phone away. Just throw everything away."
He is a classic clown.
Who my eyes are watering.
Please don't cry because you got to cuss people out, and this is the part that I look forward to all
Only
week.
one.
Only one. Let's hear it.
Only one this week. Mostly because. Oh, okay. So I went to see Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. And I already cussed y'all out for buying up all the fans because I wanted the fan. I did. I really, really wanted a fan. But it's fine. I don't need a giant fan to click or clack. Someone will make some beautiful fan and I will just embrace that. But anyway, as with, when art drops and things like that, people like to write their stink pieces. One of those was from alleged critic Angela Jade Bastien. And typically when you review cinema or critique cinema, you don't bring outside factors into that. You focus on the cinema.
What's on the screen in front of you?
However, her piece that she wrote for Vulture, entitled "The Silence is the Loudest Part of Renaissance, a Film," brought a lot of other factors into the play. So here's the issue a lot of people are having with Beyonce right now is that she has not spoken out about like Palestine and Israel or pretty much anything, because Beyonce don't be speaking out, and I'm tired of people like trying to
about anything. Her.
Like she hasn't told y'all to recycle a damn thing, okay?
Nothing.
Nothing. Told you.
She is not encouraging us to acknowledge climate change.
She told us
to save the sea turtle.
That's what she told us to do. She told us to vote, and she told us that we were the visuals. That's what she told you. Legit.
You are the visual.
And then she looked at y'all like, I said that. And then you go to see the movie and you're like, yeah, she was not joking. We are actually the visuals. We were the visuals. So, but a lot of people have issues with her, and I understand why a lot of people have issues, because yes, she's a celebrity. Yes, she has a massive following. My whole issue is this: instead of aiming your attention, begging, pleading, and then cussing people out when they don't do it the way you want them to, the advocacy that you want them to do, how about we hyper focus on activists? There are activists right now, like Mari Copeny has been begging for Christmas toys since forever. This is Little Miss Flint. Mm-hmm. She's been asking y'all to send donations for toys and things like that this entire time, and there's no reason why our activists should be begging for anything if we are focused on the right things. Right. The problem is we aren't, because we have these weird parasocial relationships with our celebrity faves who have done nothing but entertained us. That's their job, to entertain us. Now, true, if a celebrity wants to speak out about something, great, wonderful, fantastic, thumbs up. But bullying them to do so and fighting them to do so, I'm not about that. If y'all want to direct y'all energy to that, that's your business. How I'm going to direct my energy is I'm going to focus on these actual advocates and these actual activists who are actually working in the space. That being said, Angela, and some people were like, her pen is unmatched. Her pen is unmatched. I mean, yeah, she's a bully, but she also like wrote this amazing piece for fucking Gone with the Wind.
No, the most racist movie in the history of racist movies.
And she's black too, by the way. Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down. I said there is no hate. Microphone. There is no hate like us. Like us. So of her critiques, she's yes, of her critiques, she talks about Uncle Johnny. Yeah, here, let me read it to you. Though Johnny died of AIDS complications, you won't learn that from Renaissance. The only mention of his final days comes when Beyonce's cousin Angie Beyonce offhandedly refers to his hospice care. At first blush, the refusal to mention AIDS is odd in a documentary album and tour so imprinted on queer Black joy. Please put a pin right there.
Pinned it.
But this is by design, for there's no star of such magnitude who is more cunningly positions themselves as apolitical than Beyonce. Her performance as an icon is meant to connect with the broadest number of people possible. To do that, her refusal to stand for anything specific beyond a watered down treatise of Black excellence must be maintained.
Girl.
I took off the earrings because how the fuck dare you tell Beyonce how to grieve and talk about her
uncle. Her uncle.
You said it in yourself, in your own review, that it's about queer Black joy. Don't you think it'd be a little mood killer to talk about how somebody died from AIDS? If we're focusing on Black queer joy. So when she focused, because I saw the film, when she focused on how he lived and his impact and how they would dance around and the music,
like a celebration of life. Is that what you mean?
You mean like queer Black joy?
Joy.
I said, girl, this is not criticism. This is cruelty with a byline.
Making it
That's
clickable.
what it is.
I have not read this Vulture article, but I don't want to because I feel like it's going to piss me off.
Oh, she talked about her motherhood. She said that she was marketing her motherhood. I said, we haven't seen 2 of the 3 of her children for years.
I saw Rumi by accident. I don't even know if Sir exists. Maybe they have a son.
We
maybe
did see Sir.
We
did see Sir, and he looks just like his daddy. He looks just like his daddy. Golly, he looks like his daddy. But we saw Rumi. Rumi was being funny. She was talking about she's from Texas, Bama. It was very cute. It was a very adorable moment. And then you know the tour manager, the career manager, Blue Ivy herself, the genius. She's a genius, and she's never beating those allegations because when you see the film, you see her in action. She's never beating those allegations.
I gotta check this movie out. I just gotta make the time.
Friend, please, can I go with you? Because I'll go again. The cinematography in and of itself, it is so beautiful. And I'm like, the fact that we waited 2 years for these visuals and she gave them to us in a 2-hour 45-minute, and it feels like an hour. It feels like 45 minutes. That's how beautiful and compelling the story she's telling.
Beyonce giving us a Christmas gift was very special because she didn't have to do that.
And she released it on World AIDS Day.
Look at that. Well, what's this lady's name? Angela Bastien?
Bastien, yes.
What is wrong with people? I get that we all have a job to do, and somebody has to write from the opposite perspective of all of the fanfare. That's fair. But why are you, like you said, making it personal? Mm-hmm. If you didn't like the movie, say you didn't like the movie, tell us why you didn't like the movie. Critiquing this woman on her relationship with her uncle and how they address his passing isn't fodder for your think piece. Like, the idea that we can't extend compassion to other humans is sad. And I keep seeing all of these people on the internet saying, well, this celebrity hasn't come out talking about Palestine. This celebrity hasn't come out talking about Palestine. I honestly don't want or need to see celebrities coming out and talking about Palestine. I need to see world leaders. Thank you. Dignitaries. I need to see the politicians who get on these fancy airplanes and fly to these countries and make these backdoor deals in the rooms where it happened. I need to hear their stance. Say it on Palestine. I don't care how Beyonce feels about Palestine. I don't care. I don't give a damn.
It's not.
I do care what this administration is doing about Palestine.
Thank you.
So, that's my tidbit on y'all wanting y'all celebrities to be your civil rights leaders. That's not a good idea, guys.
No, no,
That should never be
no.
where you
Can you
rest your
imagine
hope.
us like doing never mind. I was gonna go on. No, it's more time than we need. Basically, everybody mind your business. Support advocates and activists, and keep your feet on these
Politicians next.
the actual politicians who have the power to do something.
Not Beyonce.
Not Beyonce.
We're gonna do a quick transition. We're gonna beg y'all for some letters. Please write to us, text us, and we will be right back. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. And just like that, we're back like magic. Whitney, I want to share something before we get into our problematic letters. And I want to share because I feel like it's important. And I feel like we're not talking about it enough. There was a young lady, and God, I am so sorry that I did not get this lady's name. I'll try and circle back and put it into the episode comments. But essentially, it was a professor who was saying that she has noticed that this semester has been the hardest semester she's ever had to teach, as far as students turning in assignments on time and getting their work done. And she made this very articulate post saying, despite all of the concessions she makes for her college students, her university students, she has a 48-hour no question late assignment policy. You have 48 hours. You get a 48-hour extension, no questions, turn it in, no loss of credit. Even with that policy, she's found that more and more and more students are not able to complete their assignments and turn them in. And she was just sharing her perspective as a professor. She was like, it's hard because, you know, the goal is not to fail students. The goal is to educate the students, give them opportunities to be responsible, you know, engage in the rigors of academia, but also to make successful, smart, worldly students.
That's the goal.
It's easy to say, well, they're adults, so they just need to turn it in. But she was pointing at that there's something happening in the world that is taking. So then the students started to hop into her comments, and this post went viral pretty quickly because the students were saying things like, between trying to pay my rent, trying to buy groceries, trying to make sure my car doesn't break down, and also trying to do my assignment, I am worried about money. I am worried about my health. I'm worried about Palestine. I'm worried about the pandemic. All of these things are distracting, and people are finding it harder and harder to focus on the things that are important because there are so many other things that are causing them anxiety and concern and worry. And those were the students. And then the adults, just the parents, the people who are out and just living in general. It's like, well, the amount of frustration and anxiety I carry with me throughout all day long, because I have a good job because I went to school, but I am saddled with a 6-figure debt, and I have to figure out how to make sure my kids are educated, but not go into the poorhouse. And I'm trying to keep myself afloat. And then, you know, there are people saying, I witnessed the murder of Black people every other month on TV, or school shooting like the amount of anxiety.
Talk about it.
I feel like we're at a point. I say all of this to say, I feel like we're at a point where everyone's mental health is being impacted by our broader environment, but it's becoming normalized. The number of friends and family members who say to me they're anxious, but then they just have to get up every day and keep performing and keep living.
We just have to keep going.
Wild to me. I see it all the time, and I had to take a moment to say, after reading through those comments and just seeing what kids are dealing with, teens are dealing with, young adults, people in their 60s and 70s commenting, If you are listening to this podcast, and if
Mm-hmm.
you can relate to anything that might have
Yeah.
been shared, please do what's necessary for you to feel better. I don't know if that's therapy. I don't know if it's getting back outside
Please.
and hanging with your friends more, because some of the comments were our lives were so different before the pandemic that we don't even
So
realize that,
different.
like, damn, I haven't physically seen my friends in 6 months or hung out with them, because we were snatched out of this pandemic and just kind of thrown into the cycle where we got to get money, get food, get an education,
Work, work,
um,
work.
work, and putting your mental health to the side because everybody's going through it. I encourage everyone who may feel that way, not every day, but from time to time, to get back to the things that were making you happy. And
Please.
please, if it's sports, if you used to hoop 2 times a week or one time
Mm-hmm.
a week with your cousins, get back into that. If you and, like my wife was saying, her and her cousins used to do like a skate night once a month.
Aww.
We gotta get back to those pre-pandemic small joy things, because we right now we are prioritizing survival, and everybody's doing it, and I don't think everybody realizes it.
We are all, as a culture, just
And,
trying to make it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just feel like we are all in survival mode, and if you're not
Mm-hmm.
there, you're getting there, and like we got to
Mm-hmm.
get back to finding the joy and the happy things. That's why I've been like really adamant about like making sure Christmas feels like Christmas,
Okay.
because I need that. I deserve that. We all do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Um, it's different when you have a small human in
Mm-hmm.
the same house as you. Because and maybe this was by design. Maybe, I always say God knows what he's doing, but he really did. He really did the big one with this little person, because she's walking joy. And so it feels like nothing to put up a Christmas tree, and it feels like magic to her. It feels
Right.
like nothing to make a cup of cocoa and then like we sit and eat cookies on the floor and pretend we're having a tea party. Like that stuff feels like nothing for me as an adult, because all the worries that I have are still right there. But in the moment, like, little kids remind you to live in the moment, to
Right.
live in the now, to embrace what's happening right in front of you, because that's their whole worldview. They don't have anything else. Like, their frame of reference is so small. And so I say all that to say, you know, finding the joy, not just finding the joy, but if you can't find it, create it,
Right. Make it.
make
Make
it.
it.
You can make it. You can make the joy.
Prioritize doing something that makes you feel better. And that's not to say that,
Not
every
murder though.
human
Don't murder.
don't do that. Not
Don't
to
do
say that
murder.
every human needs to sit in front of a therapist for an hour a week. I'm not saying that. I know that some
Mm-hmm.
people are handling things better than others, but if you look around and you haven't hung out with your people in a
Call,
while, call them, text
call
them,
them.
and meet up somewhere. Get back to doing the brunches y'all used to do, hanging out, gift shopping together.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever things bring you joy. I used to play flag football. I got to get back into that.
Apparently,
Um,
me and Rita are gonna go see Renaissance.
we are like, you got to go outside and do the
Gotta
things
go
with your
outside.
people.
Uh-huh.
Because we deserve that. We can't just focus on what's going on in this world and working, and then we wake up dead one day. That's not what I want.
Yeah, the life that you want is the life that you have is the life that you build. And
Yes.
that's built on daily decisions. So
Yeah, please, 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 y'all take care of yourselves.
please.
You ready for the problematic letter? I need a young lady's name. I need more men to write to us.
I I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will. It's
I don't
okay.
know if they
Men,
will.
men don't
I'm
like to talk
encourage you,
about their
men. Come on,
problems.
come in, talk to me. Um, have we done Doris yet?
We have, but it's been a while.
We could do Dolores.
Let's do Dolores.
Dolores.
All right. Dolores wrote, I have a strained relationship with my mother. She has stolen
Mm.
money from me, lied
Mm.
on me to all of my family, and always played favorites. When I became a mother, I promised myself that I would allow my mother to be around my child, but also protect my baby from who my mother really is. Here's my problematic issue. My mother has been a very good grandmother to all of my nieces and nephews, and I want to let my daughter spend more time with her cousins, but that means spending more time with my mom without me. My daughter is now 6. Is it too soon to let my bad mom be a good grandmom?
You are asking the wrong person.
Listen.
I
I think this is a great thing. When I say a great thing, I think this is a very common thing. I think that there are a lot of people learning to parent and they have very problematic or complicated relationships with their own parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to kind of compartmentalize their own childhood and their own parental relationships. And then they have to, on top of that, watch their parents be good grandparents. Like, baby, you could have been a good mom, but you chose not to. But now you want to be super grandmom.
Trying to get into heaven. I'm sorry, that's not nice. That wasn't nice. I'm sorry. This is why you don't need me at the Thanksgiving table, because I would just say,
yeah, see, Whitney cutting up again. Now we fighting, and I can't get to the mashed potatoes because they choking each other over the mashed potatoes.
it's not my fault that you want a redemption arc with your grandchildren and you've battered and bruised your own children.
Your own children.
No, how free am I allowed to be in this moment?
This is called the Problematic Podcast, not the We're Trying to Be Better People podcast.
I feel like if you're not willing to have the talks and do the redemption arc with me, you're not going to get it with my child. Because I will not subject my kid to the you I know that could still be there.
Right.
No. And in many ways, a lot of especially being a new parent, you look at your parents and you're like, you learned how not to parent from some of the things that they did. But yeah, there's a lot of people I will not allow by themselves. And unfortunately, some parents are a part of that. So yeah, no, it's like all this is cute. I'm glad y'all have a good time. I'm glad y'all have a good relationship. I'm glad y'all are, you're building something with this small human of mine. But this is my heart walking outside of my body.
Yes.
And I remember you.
And if you hurt this heart of mine outside my body, I might have to choke the hell out of you.
You will never see this person again.
So I'm siding with Whitney on this one. Dolores, ultimately the choice is up to you.
We keep naming these people these things. And then I don't mean to laugh because it's like,
I think this is the point where you trust your instincts.
Yep.
You've seen your mother around her grandchildren. She may be a fantastic grandmother. I have so many friends who have said the exact same thing. My parents were crazy. My parents were X, Y, and Z. Their parents have been lots of different things, but then they've settled down in life. They've gotten a little older. Arthritis hits a little different.
Not arthritis, not Arthur.
The author hit a little different, and they are outstanding grandparents. But I feel like the intuition that we have as women is only strengthened when you become a mother.
Oh my gosh.
And if your gut is telling you to give her a chance, give her a chance, but understand that you can revoke that chance. Like you can take that back. 100%.
You can change your mind at any point.
At any given point. If you feel that you are at a point where you're willing to try and you feel like your daughter is at a good age, that if something happens and it doesn't work out, your daughter won't be as affected and she'll be okay, then take that chance. If you're what Oprah say, doubt mean don't. If your gut says no, don't do it, you and your child go do something else. I understand that you may want your child to have a grandparent. I had grandparents. I know Whitney had grandparents. Grandparents are a beautiful thing. They are your village.
Wonderful.
They are. And your daughter deserves that, but only if it's healthy for her.
Only if it's healthy.
I 100% understand why you may not want to subject your child to potential harm. If you can identify, if you can look at the circumstance and see a harm that may occur with your 6-year-old spending a Saturday at her grandmother's with her cousins, don't do it. If you're like, I don't know, I'll try it. I mean, the worst that can happen is she goes over there, she doesn't have a good time, and then she doesn't have to go anymore.
I'm
shot.
I
But
think I'm just in a weird spot because it's like, if you're asking to spend all this time with my kid, but you're not doing the work to repair a
with
relationship with me,
that's hard. Yeah, that is. Oh, here's
if
one thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
you're
off.
fine. Good.
One thing about Black culture and parenthood,
Mm-hmm.
and I want y'all to free yourselves of this because
Oh snap.
I've seen it a lot. There's this attitude in a lot of households where Black parents don't have to apologize.
Not in my African American
Not in
household.
mine
Let me tell
either.
you.
But there are a bunch of parents at our parents' age who believe that they are entitled to their bad parenting and their mishaps and they don't have to apologize. And as a result, there are a lot of parents our age who feel the same way because they've inherited that very stupid mind state. That, Dolores, I'm here to tell you, if your mother has wronged you and she has not apologized for those things, you are absolutely owed an apology. And I want this community to free itself from the idea that parents don't have to apologize. You absolutely do.
Absolutely, you do. I remember the first time I apologized to my kid, she was 6 months old. I'm not
what
joking.
Did you do?
I fussed at her about something. I'm like, Whitney, she's 6 months old. What the hell is your problem? I was like, baby, I'm sorry. She's just looking at me and she just like nuzzles in. And, you know, I think that it's good practice and it's good modeling to show like, hey, people mess up. And it's good for children to know, like, hey, my parent is fallible. Like, my parent does not think that my parent is perfect. And my parent makes mistakes. And when my parent makes a mistake, my parent will try to right that wrong. But it's good practice because then the kid learns how to apologize. The kid learns how to work through issues. The kid learns that some things you really can't apologize for because once it's broken, it's broken.
Hello, come on, somebody.
Something out. I'll never forget, like, her cousin came over and, you know, her cousin's a bit more rambunctious than she is. Emmy's a very chill. She's very much like her mother. Give me a cozy thing, a big mug of something warm. Let's sit, let's talk about books. Let's have a tea party, that sort of thing. Her cousin wants to do trust falls. So, and did one at her birthday party, but no one was there to catch her. And so we all just hear this loud crash and crying. And I'm like, oh God. And then Emmy's just sitting there with her hands on her hips. It's like, girl, why did you do that?
Why would you do that? There was no one there to catch you. There was nobody.
Were you not paying attention to where your body was? Anyway, and so this particular cousin broke one of Emery's music boxes, and Emery has been begging us to fix it. I just haven't had the chance to fix it. But it was a little ballerina inside that dances, and the head came off. And I'm like, I don't want you looking at this headless ballerina. But the point is, like, you know, her cousin apologized, and Emmy was like, that's okay. She's like, but it's still broken. And I remember her saying that, and it stuck with me. She's like, it's okay, but it's still broken. And I'm like,
oh, there's a sermon in there, baby. There is a
toddlers will help you preach now.
You can preach 2 sermons on that one statement.
And so I would like to say to Dolores that it's okay to acknowledge that pain. It's okay to say it's still broken. That's okay. Because your mom cannot outsource her healing with you to your grandchild.
Come on,
to her grandchild.
Run around the sanctuary.
Stop it. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do the work, you got to do the work. And the work is hard. The work is messy. The work is going to make people cry, make people angry. It's going to bring all that stuff up because that's what healing is. It's getting all that nastiness to the top. We address it, and then we progress day by day, step by step, decision by decision, discussion by discussion to heal that. And if we're not willing to do that talk, you're not gonna get your redemption with me through my kid. Because in some cases, I'm not saying this is your mama. I am not saying this is your mama. I am not saying this is your mama. But in some cases, it's manipulative because they feel like if I can get in good with the kid and I get my little fingers in there, and because this has happened to me, where a grandparent got their little claws in me, and then I'm outing my actual parent who actually cares for me and is actually taking care of me. Because this person gives me this and does that, and I want to be with them and I want to do that. Not knowing all the background story and not finding out
Because
until
you're
I
a
was much older.
child. You were a child. It is
Manipulation
manipulative.
is a thing. Manipulation is a thing. I'm not saying that's your mama, but I'm saying I want you to be mindful of that while we're having all of these discussions. I didn't mean to make a heart, but
It's fine.
I just made a heart shape, guys. And so I just want us to be mindful of that, to be careful, to proceed with caution. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. I want to address the elephant in the room. Like, all right, before we do any sleepovers, let's get on track. Let's be intentional. Let's choose.
Here are the boundaries. Here are the ground rules. And you can either fall in line or you can see this grandbaby through holiday cards and family events. That's
like,
it.
Let's have some discussions with me first. And then, I'll let you take her to the park for an hour and we'll progress from there. But what we're not going to do is just walk on by and act like, it's still broken.
It's still broken. Come on, Emmy, with the word preaching.
I tell you, it blessed me. I was like,
oh, yes. That spoke to my spirit, honey. Wait until I go tell my therapist about that one. She gonna eat that one up. She's going to love it.
I'm trying to tell you, this kid's gonna have me write a book. I promise you, she's gonna have me, because like the things that she be saying, I'm like, oh, wow,
that is
she's
profound.
Right. It's still broken.
It's all right, but it's still broken.
Like, I'm not mad at you, but this is broken. Like, there's something that needs to be done to repair this.
Every week you come in here
Stop
and
this.
you just say something to carry us through the week, Whitney, and I appreciate
Stop
you.
This.
Thank you so much. Dolores, everything that Whitney said, always listen to Whitney when it comes to
please, God.
Don't, because I feel like if your mama step out of line with your child and you slap the taste out your mama mouth, it ain't right, but it also ain't wrong. You can't play with people's kids. You just
please don't play. Nia Long said it the other day. She said, "Don't with my kids," and I said, "Yes, ma'am.
Don't.
I feel you.
Don't.
We here.
You're gonna bring out a side of me that I don't even want to see. That side of me scares me.
My offspring, though.
Yeah, nah. Leave it alone.
Nah.
Dolores, as we ask every week, right back. Let us know how it goes. Let me know how Christmas went and how your baby doing and how your mom doing, as they say. I hope that all you listeners out there are having a fantastic week and a fantastic day, and that y'all are doing y'all Christmas shopping ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute, clog up the streets and get on my nerves. It happens.
You are such an auntie.
I'll be like, I gotta go outside to get groceries, and then it'd be 10 million people in the parking lot.
Why are you here?
Baby, I hate it.
It's Tuesday.
I can't go and get breadcrumbs because y'all is out here.
Why are y'all outside? Charlie, go home.
Please go home. Y'all have yourselves a fantastic week, and we will see y'all back here next week. Bye. Bye.